Hi snooker fans, Curtis Braithwaite here for Dafasnooker.com. I'm with Kyren Wilson after his 13-10 last 16 victory over Stuart Bingham. He's the first man into the quarterfinals. Well done, Sam.
Thank you, mate. Cheers.
And what were your thoughts on the match?
Yeah, it was tough. Stuart showing sort of what a great champion he is. He just wouldn't sort of leave me alone. I kept sort of trying to break free from him. From 5-0 up, I think that's where the damage was done quite early on. But you know, like I say, it just kept coming back at me, and I managed to sort of hold on to a 2-frame lead and see him off in the end.
Yeah, I mean there was a lot of decent breaks, a lot of scoring in the match as well. What do you think the key moment of the match was?
There was a couple of really big frames. I think it was when I needed snookers in both of them actually. It came down to a black ball frame in one where he left it over the pocket for me, playing like a shot to nothing double. I can't really remember what frame. I think that was just before the interval. I think that was to go 7-5.
Yeah, that's right.
So
yeah,
that was a big frame. And then the last frame of the second session, I think I was 60 behind with 59 on. Managed to clear up, get snooker on the last red, and clear up with a free ball. So to go 9-7 instead of 8 was massive.
Absolutely, pal. I mean it's his second quarter-final now because he was in the quarter-final last year against Selby. How will you be approaching this one against either Mark Allen or John Higgins?
Yeah, it's nice to have a few days off this time. Last year when I played Selby, I was literally straight back on the next morning. So
yeah,
it's nice to have the weekend off. I'm going to watch the football today. Got Chelsea Spurs.
So
Chelsea fan. Yeah, I'll take my mind away from snooker and focus on the football.
Good man. And between now and the next match, what sort of practice will be going in, or will it just be like relaxed stuff?
Yeah, like I'm here now at the Star Academy in Sheffield. They've got brilliant facilities here, so it'd be nice to get a few matches in and just take it easy really. I don't want to be like burning myself out, so just putting the odd few hours in.
I had a little chat with Barry Stark earlier, and he's ultra proud of you as well. What's been happening with you and Barry since you've been up here? Has everything been alright? Just chilling out, yeah?
Yeah. Right, I enjoy his company all the time. He's like a grandma to me. So we have good banter, and he's good to have around. He keeps me grounded.
Yeah.
And helps me on the practice table in the meantime. That we've worked so hard since I was about 14 years old. So over 10 years we've worked together. So it's nice to see the rewards coming in now.
Absolutely, pal. Well, look, like I said earlier on, I've given the fans a chance to ask you a few questions and just quiz you on a couple of things. Nothing too drama, so don't worry. But John Torpy asks, how many hours a day do you practice? Because you've turned into a complete match player.
Not as much as I should really. I can be a little bit lazy sometimes. But I've got to admit, leading into this, since Gibraltar, I've been doing a lot of hours, a lot of travelling, going and playing players like Sean Murphy, Mark Selby, and playing those guys is sharpening me up. So I'd say on my own I'm probably doing 2 to 3 hours practice solo, and if I'm playing somebody, I'm playing like all day long, 10 to 5. So getting the hours ready for this.
Well, look, at the end of the day, mate, this is the tournament. It all comes out, isn't it? Because over these longer format matches, it really shows who the players are, doesn't it?
Yeah, under the pressure as well. That's when you sort of find your practice has gone in, and under the pressure, that's where it stands up, and you can see when you put the work in.
Good man. Now, Chris Gaynor asks, if you were to make it to the final, who would your dream final be against?
I'd say Ronnie, just because Ronnie's Ronnie, and he's been like my childhood hero growing up, as a snooker fan. So I like the way he plays. I think we probably bounce off each other, both very attacking players. So not only do I'd like to win the tournament, but I kind of do want to put on a show at the same time.
Yeah,
so for me, probably Ronnie.
Yeah, mate, there's no doubt you're definitely a potential winner. Just before I ask you the next question, Kyren, it being the 40th year this year, like we spoke about on Media Day, out of all the past champions, who was the one you've really looked up to in your career and really wanted to model your game on or really got inspired by?
I wouldn't say I've looked at any of them to sort of model my game on. I believe that every player is different. I think if you focus too much on trying to copy someone, it can just drive you mad. So I think sort of go with what you know and be unique. But having someone like Peter Ebdon from literally like the age of 6 years old in my corner and learning off him, that's been a massive benefit for me, and I'm a lucky lad to have had that throughout my whole career.
Yeah. Kyren, a guy just written there called James Addison May. He said he wants to thank you for your help you've given him over the years, and just thanks for all the encouragement as well.
Oh, no worries. His game's coming along nicely.
A guy called Kelvin Platten asks, how do you want to be remembered in the game?
I want to be remembered as, well, a legend. I look around like the 40th year anniversary at the Crucible just made me think, oh wow, I'd love to be a part of that at the 50th or the 60th.
Yeah.
I'm not in it to be sort of like a journeyman. I want to be in it and look back on a good CV, and I want my two boys to think my dad was a little bit of a legend.
Yeah. I saw the little man running around in the hotel over the last couple of days, and he loves it, doesn't he?
He's flipping running the ducks ragged. He's around the lake. Yeah, loves it.
All right, now Michael Jones asks, what did it mean to you winning your first ever ranking event last year, the Shanghai Masters?
Yeah, it was absolutely huge. It was a bit of a fairy tale for me. It couldn't have happened at a better time. During that week, it was my dad's 50th birthday, and all my family were out in Tenerife celebrating his birthday. So I was a little bit like torn between wanting to go to Shanghai and wanting to be there with my family. 50th is a big birthday.
Yeah.
I'm a bit of a family man, so to win it and sort of take the trophy home for my dad on his 50th birthday was just extra special.
Yeah, definitely some achievement, pal. Now, John Ward asks, how has the birth of your son impacted on your snooker career?
Massively. It's turned it from being a little bit of a hobby and a game to right, let's crack on now. It's a job. I need to earn a living for this little thing in front of me. He's depending on me to put some food on the table. So it turned. I was probably a little bit immature as a junior or as an amateur, and tweaking silly little things and trying different things when there was no need to.
Yeah.
So now I'm like, I've got everything sorted. I know what I want to do, and I just get on with it. And I know I've got to earn a living for him now, so it just gives me that extra hunger.
All right, pal. A guy called Thomas Stephen has asked, and this would be a pretty tough one, if you can give us your top 10 players of all time.
10 players of all time. I've got to go Ronnie first.
Okay.
Or shall I go 10 downwards?
It's up to you. Any way you want, mate.
It's going to be hard to get in order, isn't it? You've got to go Ronnie first, just as the most naturally gifted player. Hendry second, just purely because you've got to look at his CV.
Yeah.
I'm going to go John Higgins third.
Yeah.
I think in the modern era he's done fantastic to win 4 world titles. Hopefully that's come to an end in the next round if I draw it. Number 4, Steve Davis, 6 world titles. Number 5, I'll go Mark Williams.
Mm-hmm.
Number 6, Ray Reardon.
Okay.
A lot of world titles on his CV. No, sorry, do you know what? I'm going to go Selby 5, Williams 6, Reardon 7.
Reardon 7, yeah, okay.
Number 8. It's getting tough now, I'm running out of options. Number 8. Let's go with Ding Junhui.
Okay.
I think he's done fantastic considering he's got a whole nation on his shoulders.
Yep.
What are we on?
Number 8 so far, you done.
9. Let's have a look around.
Kyren's looking for inspiration, looking on the wall in the Star Academy.
Number 9.
I'll tell you what, when you look at the wall, it makes it even harder.
Yeah, it does actually. It is. Let's go Alex Higgins.
Higgins, yeah.
Just not so much for his title because I don't think he won as much, did he? But in terms of like his style and whatever, let's go Higgins in. The legend Jimmy White as number 10.
Number 10.
Just because he never got that world title like everyone else.
Absolutely, pal. Look, guys, we're going to give a couple more minutes to you guys if you want to fire in a few questions. I'm going to have a quick chat to Kyren now about this Chelsea Spurs match. What do you think tonight then, pal?
It's going to be tough, isn't it? They're on fire, Spurs are. They're playing such good football.
Yeah.
And Chelsea are a little bit under it now, losing to United the other day in the league. I know it's not the league, but I think it'd be nice to sort of lay down a bit of a marker when they try and beat them today. And it'll be tough though. I think with the 2 best teams in the league at the minute.
Right, Kyren. James Mayers asks, what are your views on the lack of amateur games and when the pass was scrapped for Q School, what was your opinions on it?
I think it was a real shame. I think the Pios was the best sort of measure to turn professional, because it was like a year-round tour, and you had to be very consistent to get on. As you know, you were there yourself.
Yeah.
I thought when you turn pro through that, eight tour cards out of about 200 players, you really deserved it then.
Yeah.
I think Q School can be a bit of luck of the draw.
Yeah.
But yeah, I preferred that old format, and there are people trying to help with the amateur game. Like, I think Snooker Backer's doing a great job. His tournaments were fantastic.
Yeah.
Giving people a chance to like go in the Q School for free if they did well, and it was good prize money as well. That's what they need. And I've seen Light Task are doing a good job at Northern Snooker Centre with their pro-ams. They're getting great numbers there. So, it's showing the amateurs are still very, very keen and interested. So, it's just a shame there isn't a little bit more for them.
Absolutely, pal. Fully agree. I mean, it's tough, like you said. But also, I think the amateurs don't have the drive that they had back in, like that amateurs that came through with you. You know what I mean? A lot of them, they turn up for small tournaments, but if there's anything substantial, they start to put all sorts of excuses why they don't want to play. But yet still they go to PTCs abroad and are prepared to spend a lot of money. I think they could probably help by backing themselves as well a bit more. Do you know what I mean?
100%. I think to be a little bit brutal, I think the amateurs have been spoiled now.
Absolutely.
We were literally up and down the country on terrible club tables.
Yeah. You
just didn't care because you just wanted to play snooker. You wanted to get involved in matches. Whereas now, if the tables aren't very good, people don't want to know. So they've been a little bit spoiled being able to enter like the PTCs, and when you do think of the cost of the PTCs and whatever, you just think, why not sort of invest it elsewhere? But I've seen on Facebook as well, there's a money match group, isn't there?
Yeah, there is. Yeah, that's created by us as well. Yeah.
I think that's a great idea. Get a load of matches set up, and you can practice and work towards a big match and put a lot of money on the line. And it doesn't have to be a hell of a lot of money, but enough to sort of get you twitching. That's great match practice.
Well, that's why we created the page, because I thought to myself, I mean, I've seen. Obviously, I'm a purely snooker man. Not that I've got anything against pool, because pool's a fantastic game as well. But obviously, being a snooker man, you're either a snooker man or a pool man, aren't you? At the end of the day, so I created that page for that reason, to basically get snooker players to actually listen. Do you know what? Why is it all the pool players are stumping up their cash and playing and they're streaming it and that? Do you know what I mean? Just want to see more players on tour get involved in it. And there's been a lot of talk, but not a lot of action. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. That's the only problem, isn't it? People are giving it a little bit, not putting the words into action. But it's like I always see big money matches in pool. You know, you'd think there'd be a few more in snooker, surely, but each to their own.
Right, Stanley Chung has asked, are there any amateurs that you really see breaking through anytime soon and potentially firing their way into the top 16 or beyond?
It's hard, isn't it? I don't really think you can call it as an amateur, because as soon as you get on the pro tour, it's just a completely different ball game. You look at some of the players that were potentially going to be massive and have just sort of slipped away, because I think when you turn pro, that's when you really start to learn about the game. I dropped off when I first got on, and it took me 2 years to really sort of step up and get into the top 16. And there probably would have been people that would have said that I weren't good enough to get in the top 16, and then you find out as a player who you are, and you adapt. So I've got to be honest, I don't really keep an eye out on the amateur game. I've got a good friend of mine, Ollie Brown, who plays here. I'm going to stay with him this weekend. They're kind enough to pick me up for the weekend. So I'd love to see Ollie Brown do well. He's in Q School, so I'm going to try and help him prepare for the Q School, and hopefully he can do well. And he's had a good few wins on the tour as well. He did Ding 5-0.
Yeah, I remember. So, that's right.
Hopefully Ollie can do it.
Yeah, I mean, if he fulfills his talent, he could definitely get himself on the tour. That's for sure.
Yeah, without that.
Right, Kyren, we're going to wrap things up then, pal, because I know, like I said, you've had a full day's practice here. I couldn't see Barry munching his sandwich next door, and also he'll be ready to get out of here as well. So, all of us at Dafasnooker.com want to wish you the very best in your quarter-final against Mark Allen or John Higgins.
Thank you very much, mate.
Cheers, pal.
Cheers, nice one.